Now, obviously, you guys asked me tons of questions online and in my DMs. But the most popular question that I get asked, and sometimes the most creepiest, is you guys asking to look at your teeth and say, Bentist, can you fix this? So I decided, you know what, I might as well make a video out of this and give you guys an opportunity to post your pictures for me to take a look at your nasty bites and tell you if they can be fixed or not. So basically, I made this Twitter post right here, and then I went ahead and posted a picture saying, hey, I need a picture from the front and the side. And surprisingly, you guys actually did pretty good. So let's go ahead and start looking at some of these crazy bites. These were done at the start of my braces journey. I'm 30 years old, finally decided to get those wacky chompers straightened out. I can see a few things going on right out of the gate. First thing she has that I notice is a posterior open bite. Now what we would do to fix that is some rubber bands with the braces. So we would add a little rubber band that would go in a little triangle from here, and it would eventually pull all that down later in life. Looking at it from the front, she has a very similar open bite on the other side. We would need to close that down. And one thing that I notice is that her midlines are off. So this is the middle of her front tooth, and the middle of her lower set of teeth is over here. The reason why that midline is off is because this canine needs to go into this hole. So what we would need to actually do is wear another rubber band from here all the way back here to shift everything over that way, which would shift her midline over properly. So Nadine, you had a pretty crazy bite, but it's definitely able to be fixed with braces and some rubber bands, probably in about 18 to 24 months. Alrighty, next one up, we have Emily and Amanda, and let's take a look through the photos, see what we've got going on here. So right out of the gate. Wow, okay, not as good of photos as the other one, but we're doing good. You know, this is iPhones we're talking about here. Alrighty, we got one little big snaggle tooth down here that I see. Okay. Holy moly! Now, see, these are the type of things that I see in consults, and then all of a sudden I'm just like, oh, I was not expecting to see that there, but it is there. Okay, Bentist, how are we gonna fix this one? Well, I'll tell you, so the first thing we need to do is we need to get braces on, obviously, okay? We're gonna put a little spring between here and here. It's called an open coil spring. I can throw up a little photo just so you can see exactly what it looks like. And then over time, it will open up space on both sides until we have enough room to bond this tooth and bring it in. Now let's take a look at the other. Okay, so this is something really interesting because her tooth was completely blocked out. It should actually be here. What happened was all of her teeth shifted forward. And so actually we're gonna have to use rubber bands to pull everything back on both sides as well to get her bite fixed. The big issue for her, you can tell down here she has a little snaggle tooth as well. We're gonna have to grab that and tuck it underneath. And then also one big issue is gonna happen here, okay? We see this all the time. When you have a lot of crowding and we try and get rid of that with braces, this is what happens to your teeth. It goes, you're really crowded, and they go, and they flare out really, really heavy. And when you have two completely, fully blocked out teeth like this, you're gonna have teeth that go wink, and you're just gonna basically like, you won't even be able to close your mouth. It's gonna be crazy. So we gotta figure out a way to go from here back to here. And there's only two ways we can do this with her. One option is we can go in and we can completely remove these two teeth. That's actually not a bad idea for her in this case. But if we wanted to keep those teeth and flare everything out, we need to bring it back using a thing called IPR. Now, IPR is where we basically go and we polish between the teeth with a disc type thing. This is what IPR looks like. And so what that does is it will actually create space between those teeth. So whenever I close up the space, it'll upright her teeth, fixing her issues. So Emily, you do have a crazy bite, but it is fixable. Getting over my social anxiety for this post. Your videos convinced me in my braces consult last week. Awesome. Slightly class 3, wanted to know lower front teeth, no jaw surgery. I'd like to hear your thoughts, Bentist. Okay, well, let's go ahead and take a look at the photos. Right out of the gate, I do see that we have a class 3 bite. Now, what a class 3 bite is you can be like this. That's a class 2, normal, class 1. And an underbite is a class 3, aka the bulldog bite. This means your lower jaw has grown out further than your upper jaw, or sometimes your lower jaw just doesn't grow fast enough and your lower jaw outgrows it, and that causes you to go into an underbite. Remember how I was saying that these guys need to fit in their grooves? Everything fits in their grooves on this side, everything fits in the grooves on this side. That's really good. So what that's telling me is that this is actually not a jaw issue. If everything fits perfectly in the back, that just means that somehow these teeth got trapped behind and are kind of falling back behind. So what we need to do is lift it up, move these teeth forward, and set it back down. So you can kind of assume if we can lift it up using some bite props on the two back teeth, we'll put a little mound of glue on the back side of each side. That will lift the bite up, and then we'll be able to flare out those front teeth and get them in front of the lowers. Now, on the lower, we may have to do some of that IPR again to make some space and then close it back. That way this guy can stay over pretty properly. But yeah, actually not too bad of one. This is actually a pretty good case. You get this done in 18 months pretty easily and have a pretty big change on her smile. So that's awesome. Doesn't hurt to post. Dentist just said I needed braces since I was a kid. Now I feel like maybe surgery. Man, this person's going through a lot. So obviously right out of the gate, you know, I'm not seeing much, but I'm seeing a huge gap there in the front. That's a big one. So what are we gonna do, Bentist? That's a big gap. You're right, it is a very big gap. And so what we actually have to do is slowly close it up. Really, it's basically just braces, that same rubber band from here, back here on both sides, and then closing up some stuff. Alrighty, we got Miss Incisor for the last one. Hi again, I thought I'd send some slightly better photos if you decide to look at my case. These photos are hard to take. Take a look at this person. We've got these here. Oh my gosh. I'm seeing some wear and chips on the edges here right out of the gate. Could be caused by her little lip piercing here. That metal can just clank, clank, clank. A lot of times what they do is they go like this. Another chew. The piercing will cause all the chipping of these front teeth. So very interesting to see there. Very good use of chopsticks. Love to see it. That's what I'm talking about. As you guys are probably becoming experts at this point, you can see she's off a little bit. These all need to go in their little spots. So we would wear a rubber band to fix it from here. But the main issue that we haven't seen yet is she has what we call a deep impinging bite. And so what she has is she is 100% covering her lower teeth. So normally you would see a 20% coverage of these lower teeth. So there is only just a little bit of the upper teeth covering the bottom teeth, and that's about 20 to 30% is kind of the maximum you want to put it at. Once you get past 30%, you start getting into deep bite territory, and when you get into 100%, you get into the ultra deep bite territory, which is what we've got here. Big thing we need to do is obviously the braces and the rubber band to fix the bite. We've got that. The upper teeth actually are in a pretty good spot. They could go up a little bit. We see this extra gum tissue, so we could bring these teeth upward, but actually these lower teeth are the ones that we need to drag down. And so the way that we do that is we actually have these little things called bite ramps. So this is what a bite ramp looks like on the back of your two front teeth. So you can imagine you have your front teeth, we put a triangle of glue there, and when they go to bite down, it just stops their lower teeth. They can't go all the way that they want to, it just stops. It opens up the space in the back where you're not hitting on anything, and then we have you wear rubber bands to help pull those back down together, and then the force of you just biting down on that wedge of glue behind your teeth makes these front teeth go up and the bottom teeth go down, fixing the deep bite. Now a case like this is going to take some time because she has to fix her bite, we have to fix crowding and the deep bite. This is about a 2-year case that you're going to probably see. So this one will take about 24 months. Well, that was pretty cool and not as creepy as the people randomly coming up to me in the middle of the day asking me to look into their mouth. Thank you for everybody who put their videos and pictures in. If you guys want to do this again, let me know. I'm totally down. Also make sure to like and subscribe or else your teeth are going to look like this and not be fixed. So make sure you do that so you can be ready for all the new videos coming up. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. I'm the Bentist. We out. Peace.